Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn some soloing tricks for playing over Magnolia as recorded by Cale on guitar. Now, I already posted a lesson on how to play a main rhythm guitar part through the entire song, so if you haven't seen that, I would check that out as well. I'll leave a link in the description below. But in this video, we're going to dive into this sort of smooth and mellow soloing style, and I'm going to show you some note-for-note licks that I stole from Cale, and just give you some general concepts for playing over this progression. Real quick, before we dive in though, if you're new to my channel and haven't downloaded my fretboard guide yet, you're gonna wanna grab this at the first link below and download this first because it's actually gonna show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. Now, the fretboard guide is in the key of C, and this song is in the key of C, so it's gonna line right up and give you basically a map of notes that you can choose from when you're improvising over this progression. So grab your copy, again, completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide, or you can click the first link down below. All right, well, with that said, let's get into the lesson. Let's break down some soloing ideas for Magnolia. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is that the chord progression is going from an F major 7 to a C major 7, and it's just alternating those two chords. Now, technically, I would say this song is in the key of C, and we're starting there on the F, though, and we're just alternating those chords. So this would be the 1 chord to the 4 chord to the 1 chord. Now, the first lick I'm going to show you is on the lower strings, and it goes like this. So what it is it's starting out, it's coming off the C chord, and we're starting on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and we're gonna play 7, 7, then up to 8, then go to the 4th string and play the 5th fret, and then jump down here to the 8th fret of the low E. So it's gonna go. So 7, 7, 8, 5, then 8. Now we're using 8th notes, and then we're just holding that last note. It starts on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And that's da. So da 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 da. Hear how that works right over the changes. So that gives us an idea here. If I put these notes together, that to me is just right out of a C major scale. So if you know your caged system, you've got a C shape like this right here. And then a major scale, you also have within that the pentatonic. Right there, like that. So that would be the first go-to sound that I would play. So if I was using pentatonics, you know, you can think about all these notes here, and then you can add this extra note there, that F, and that's more like a major scale. So pentatonic or major scale would be what I would think about. So you have those, then you also have the shapes, of course, right? Like C, da, 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 da. Like you can really see that chord right there. I can see that chord in the lick, which is a C shape there. So the next lick uses more of a pentatonic sound and just sort of a repetitive figure. It sounds like this. So there's not a lot of notes, but it sounds really good. We're just going back and forth between two notes. C, D, C. I'm on the 3rd string here. This is 5, 7, 5, then 7, 5. Then we're gonna slide up from 7 to 9, then grab the 8th fret of the 2nd string, then back to 9 on the 3rd string. So So da-da-da, then da-da-da. Hear the little theme in there. Again, a lot of these great players really play conversationally, and it's just like little pieces of things that they're saying versus trying to run a bunch of notes of a scale or trying to play a ton of different things. It's just very simple ideas, but it's effective. That's the first lick, right? Now maybe I want to mix in some pentatonic. So this brings us to another lick here, and one final thought I want you to take away from this lesson is that you can use bends really expressively. So I'll give you an example of that. So this lick also sounds a little bit like the melody. Magnolia, she's in me. So it's sort of playing off that, but then using these really just cool bends that sound like the guitar is just crying or speaking or however you want to think about it. But here I'm playing the 5th fret of the 2nd string, then up to the 8th fret. Then we're going to bend that note and play it twice. So it's going up a whole step. Then it drops back down to natural. Then we bend it back up and let it fall down, and then we finish back on that 5. So a lot of my favorite players sometimes are barely moving on guitar, but they're getting all these notes, like Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, Eric Clapton. Sometimes their hand it's not going all over, but they're playing all this stuff, and the way that they achieve all the different notes is going back and forth between bent notes, natural notes. So I'm staying there all on the 8th fret, but I'm getting all those sounds by how I bend the note. So it's gonna go 1 and 2. So I'm gonna improvise dropping these licks in, and you can hear what they sound like all together, just mixing them in and trying to get it into my playing. Here we go. So take some of those licks and see if you can drop them in to this progression, and you could try just playing along with the record and practice just jamming with that and soloing on top of. You can even play on top of the guitar solo that's on there. That's one way of practicing, or record yourself just doing the rhythm as well, or you could use a looper pedal. All of those are great ways to practice this. And to help you put it together even more, be sure to grab my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to help you so much for soloing over specifically this song, because all of the fretboard guide is in the key of C, and as I mentioned, this progression is in the key of C, so it's going to show you how to put it all together and start singing this on the guitar neck. So grab your copy completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below as my gift to you. As always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in another one real soon.